He's a shot blocking machine, and once he gets it in the post, game over. This kid is going to score in bunches if he gets it anywhere within 5 feet of the rim.
Well, for Liberty Christian, you have to manage the tempo. You know that Lake Minneola is going to press the entire game, and then if you break the press and you can handle that pressure in the half court, they're not going to stop. They're going to get out and deny. And for Lake Minneola, just continue to create havoc. That's how you negate Taco Fall's presence on the inside. Ball pressure in the front court and the back court is going to be crucial for Lake Minneola to stop Taco Fall. There's no question, and that might be the only pass that you see overthrown for Taco Fall. I think you need to repeat that for everybody. Shooting over 60% from three. That just doesn't happen, folks. That's incredible shooting. Well, that's one way to start the fiesta for Liberty Christian tonight.
Get used to hearing a lot of taco puns as the night goes along. We'll call that number 1 from Mike O'Donnell.
The over and under is 10.
A much greater emphasis on half-court defense this season.
Well, you have to be, and especially if you're going to be the #1 team in the state. Almost had that lob there. That would have been a crucial play. But to go back to your point, if you're going to press for the whole game and you're only sound in the press, you're going to lose basketball games. If you're not sound on both ends of the half court, that's the reason why they're the #1 team in the state of Florida, is because their defense is so good on both sides of the court. Very high basketball IQ, can play a number of different positions. May see him play the wing, may see him play the point guard. Go back to my point, if Hull or another power forward center can hit that three, you'll see Liberty Christian Prep, they play a mixture of kind of man-to-man and zone, where their guards and their wings are going to play man-to-man, and Taco will just sit in the middle, similar to a 2-3 zone, so he doesn't have to venture out that far. But if Hull's hitting threes like that, that's going to really open up the floor. I think a lot of people, when they see a frame that's 7'5", as you see on this replay, usually players that tall may get pushed out of the lane. He's actually stronger than people give him credit for. I think you'll see he's got a pretty good base for being that tall and that lean. Automatic. And you see that's 7'5", sprinting the floor to get that tip-in dunk. There's not a lot of guys that will do that are 6'4", let alone 7'4".
And you see guys, it's so rare to see someone in high school have that kind of size. But just talking about guys who are 6'10", 7 feet, he is a much better athlete than I would have given him credit for.
Well, that, and he actually has great vision. He's a really good passer. You saw him pass out of that double team a couple possessions ago. It's a beautiful pass.
Yeah, tight game in the first game. A lot of fun to watch. But this game right now, great guards for OCP. They're not very deep, but Osceola presses the entire game. Quick, athletic. It'll be interesting to see if OCP can break the press. Senior leader, you know, he's a really good scorer. He has actually an underrated rebounder. He's kind of Mr. Do-It-All for OCP. I mean, he has the potential and the ability to be one of the most lethal scorers, not just in Central Florida, but the entire state.
Mike O'Donnell.
You know, we talked about how important Mike Tolbert was, but for Osceola to be successful, they have to really contain Damon Harge. They have to create a wall around him in the press and the half court. He is their go-to guy. And for OCP, attack pressure with pressure. Osceola is going to press the entire game. It's going to be a one-man press breaker for Damon Harge, but once he breaks that press, if you can attack towards the bucket, Osceola is not big. They will foul you and get to the free throw line. It's actually a designed isolation play. It's a really good set play by OCP. You run a lot of action on the weak side, and then you do a quick swing, and you have Damon Harge in a one-on-one situation. That's game over for the defender.
No question about it. You could see in the first quarter that OCP wasn't playing like they normally play. They were not playing like they were normally play. In the second quarter, different attitude, different team, aggressive on defense. They turned turnovers into points, and they took charges. They blocked shots. Too aggressive, too active for Olympia to handle, especially in that 1-3-1 trap zone, which is really the difference maker for OCP. That's the difference between good and great players right there, is that lost start of that 15-foot jump shot coming off of a single down screen. That's a tough shot to make. College coaches love that play. But that's such a great play because he had an opportunity to sprint towards the pass, but instead faded that down screen just a little bit in order to give him more open space to knock down that three. Very heady play by Enriquez.
David Logan Scholarship. If you excel in athletics and academics, apply now for the David Logan Scholarship online at bhsn.com.
I don't think I was ever eligible for that. I had the athletics, didn't have the academics. I'm not a very smart guy. I can only count up to 27, my age.
Us non-smart guys find a living in TV, right?
We can talk about it. We can't read about it. You really like what Olympia's doing right now. It's nothing flashy. They're not making outside shots. That's fine. They're going to attack the rim and try to throw into the post, either get to the free throw line or get a layup. I like it.
87. Number 3, UCF Marshall. Recognize the name.
Jordan. Oh, my.
That's Marcus Jordan, MJ's progeny. Dropped the no, he didn't. No.
Starts in the defensive end for the Knights. I think the most important thing they have to realize that they were 14-0. They were really good, but they were good because they were playing lockdown defense, and they were forcing teams to turn the ball over, which enabled them to get in transition and get easy buck score for UAB. Well, he's got a great knack for scoring, and it's going to take a number of different guys to stop him. He can do a variety of different things to get open shots. He can go inside, outside for buckets. He's very strong and finishes at the rim, and he's so good from that 10 to 15-foot area.
Now it's time for Mike O'Donnell's Odometer. Mike, your keys to the game.
Well, it starts and ends with defense tonight for the Knights. Injuries make it difficult to press for 40 minutes. Therefore, you must be sound in your half-court defense, and you have to limit unforced turnovers. This is a very good UAB team on defense. They're strong, physical, and active, and they will make you pay if you take chances. And remember, you were 14-0. Have confidence. You were a good team. Get back on track tonight. Do all the little things that made you good. Take charges. Dive on the floor for loose balls. That will let you be successful in this game tonight. Big matchup tonight. Aaron Johnson versus Marcus Jordan. Johnson's going to try and make Marcus work on both ends of the floor to try and tire him out. But that move right there, that drive to the right and that step back, he's going to get that all night against Aaron Johnson because of the height advantage. Both teams are kind of going back and forth. 1 point lead by UAB. It's going to come down to free throws and who takes care of the basketball. Because now, what's been successful for UAB in the first half and second half is that when they're coming off a ball screen or they're coming off a flare screen, if they don't have the three, they do a great job of attacking the basket to make a play. Not necessarily attack the score. They're so good at driving and kicking opposite. That's such a hard thing to teach because when you drive along the baseline, let's say if you're driving from the right side, if you're any kind of defense, you shift towards the ball. You're supposed to guard the ball. So if you can bring 1 or 2 defenders with you, what's always open? The deep pass, that long skip, is that if you can get to the rim and you can skip it along the baseline there, which is exactly what happened on that last play with Dexter Fields. So we're taking a look at the highlights with Dexter Fields. He has been big time from the three-point line here in the first half and second half. Very poised, nothing fancy, nothing flashy, just stepping up and knocking down shots. And that's what he did in high school. That's what he's doing for UAB right now. And there's the kick I was talking about right there.
Rebound and gets stripped. Herzog, the dunk, and one!
Whoa! Shake weight, Mr. Bauman. That's a powerful play.
Steal right before Jackson could call timeout.
And why not? Why not? UCF is putting on a clinic defensively. I mean, you could see it. It's obvious when we're watching the difference in the half-court defenses for both teams. UCF is so active on the ball with their hands. They're in gaps, in passing lanes. They're helping along the baseline.
And, Mike, they're hitting from long range. Both teams shooting 50%. The Knights have hit 7 threes.
And that's a direct correlation to their great defense. Most of those threes, at least 4 of those threes, have come in transition offense, which was caused by great defense by the Knights, either getting a steal or getting a long rebound and run and trying to beat Rice down the field, spotting up. Marcus Jordan does a good job of spotting up, and you'll see that's when Isaac Sosa also gets most of his threes, is in transition as well. All right, the set that UCF is in now, it's called a baseline set, and they're going to run Isaac off those 2 double screens along the baseline and see if they can't get him a shot. So they're going to keep the 2 guards at the top and pass it back and forth, and Isaac is just going to get to do whatever he wants and run off of those 2 screeners, Keith Clanton and P.J. Gaynor.